Hi, my name's Rocky Dobey. I live in Toronto. I grew up, and I've been in Toronto since I was 8 years old. I grew up in northern Manitoba, so I kind of grew up in the bush, and I moved to Toronto as a 10-year-old. That's kind of part of me. My parents were Ukrainian, so I grew up in a Ukrainian household, going to Ukrainian church and mass. Well, they didn't have it in Thompson, but they had a version of it. And I grew up in Toronto. We lived, it was my mother and 4 kids. We moved to Toronto on midnight move, and so I kind of feel like I'm Toronto-based Ukrainian kid. So one of the works I'm going to put in the show is this scratching of a big painting, copper bulldozer with some prison buildings and oil refineries. And I used it in the prison, in this piece here, the bulldozer is a middle symbol. It's covered in Ukrainian, all the design and stuff is all traditional classic Ukrainian embroidery stitching. So the dozer is covered in, bulldozers covered in, and I always thought dozer is interesting because dozers, a lot of my works are made with bricks, as if making things. I always find I'm not that interested in nature art, things coming from nature. I'm kind of interested in, we as a society, we build our society. Society is the way it is because we built it this way. If it's fair, because we built it. If it's not fair, it's how we built it. It's not, there's no metaphysical theory behind it. And the bulldozer to me is that metaphor. And in this piece, the bulldozer also, my dad was a cat skinner, which is the name for, he was a bulldozer, drove cat. My brothers both drove cat, and I had a bulldozer recently, and I also drove bulldozer. So I have a personal affiliation with the bulldozer as a positive thing, building things, also as a negative thing, because my father was driving bulldozer. That's how I got in northern Manitoba. Bulldozer up in far northern Manitoba, putting in roads. There's no road, putting roads in and stuff, which is part of colonization. You put dozers in. Dozers come first, then the roads come in. So for me, it's always been a strong symbol. I used it in all kinds of. There also was a magazine that I also illustrated for called Bulldozer, and the magazine was called Bulldozer, and that's kind of how I got into the prison stuff. There's the magazine called Bulldozer, the only vehicle for prison reform. I go, oh, that's good. That's interesting, and I started doing illustrations for that. But the piece has got clouds that look kind of like. They're kind of light and cheerful, I think, and the piece, if you look at it literally, it looks kind of hard, but I tried, if you stand back, there's a beauty to it, a lightness to it, so I'm always realizing that I'm a pretty positive person. I've gone through a lot of changes in my life. Right now, where I am right now, I'm a positive person, but we live in a world where it's not, people are struggling and it's complex, and I'm trying to not cover up that, but also try to show a little, that fine line of showing that things can change. I totally believe in change, but I actually believe in positive change.